Ask you, do you have huge piles of money?
Of course, I have large piles of money. And money and happiness. Money is happiness and power.
I could go for more power and happiness. Let's get more money.
Oh, how can we exploit the sheeple to get even more?
If only we could get rid of the Glass-Steagall Act. We could make money like my grandpa used to make.
Isn't that the law that keeps regular banks and Wall Street banks from gambling with other people's money?
You bet your trust fund it is.
Let's buy off some politicians.
But we already own them all.
Am I done?
Scene. Okay, so
Sit down, Joe. Hey there, Joe. I'm a super greedy banker. I bet you wish you could own a house and have the American dream.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I only work at Burger King.
That's okay. You can go get a new home loan without any down payment. And I don't even need to check your income. You're pre-approved. Plus, home values are going up every year, and you could get one now before it's too late. This housing bubble is like the Titanic. It's never going to burst or sink.
Well, I can't really read this fine print, Mr. Banker.
That's okay. It's all the standard stuff. Don't worry. There's nothing in there. There's definitely not a ballooning interest rate. Definitely. Oh, I don't have a pen.
There's one.
Here's the pen.
Oh, alright, well, I guess you're the professional. I'll just sign.
Yeah,
Okay. Scene 2.
Hey, Mr. Banker, I'm your evil Wall Street pal. I see you got a lot of mortgages there. You know, I could buy those off you and sell them as investments.
Are you sure that's legal?
Legal schmeagle. It is now.
Well, how are we going to sell all these crappy loans as investments?
Don't worry, we got all the credit agencies in our pockets.
Sold.
Anybody want to buy some super risk-free investments? Here, take them. Take them.
Here, buy this one.
Due to ballooning interest rates, Joe can't make his mortgage payment. The bank forecloses on his home.
This is Joe's home.
Great scenery.
It's your cop.
Open up, it's the police. This is an eviction. We're here to throw you out of your home.
But officer, this is my house. I have nowhere else to go. My kids will starve in the streets.
Not my problem, Buster.
Certainly there has to be something that can be done.
Well, Joe, there is something we can do to help you.
What's that? Who are you?
I'm with Occupy Our Homes, Joe. We can help you save your house. It's called eviction resistance. Let us show you how it works. Attention all occupiers, and all good people in this room. We need all hands on deck. Mr. Joe is getting kicked out of his house by the cops right now. All hands on deck.
Oh, I'm a bad banker. I don't like this very much.
Keep the high.
Keep the cop
So who's got some chance for this special occasion?
Whose house? Joe's house.
Whose house?
Joe's house!
Whose house?
Joe's house!
Oh no, we won't go.
Hell no, we won't go!
Oh look, the cop running away. So that's like a really mic check. Alright, so that was a really simplified version of what Occupy Homes is. The banks screwed everything up, and then the taxpayers gave them like trillions of dollars, and then being, what's the word, grateful, they decided to steal a bunch of people's homes. So Occupy Homes basically believes that, number one, housing is a right, not a privilege, which sounds really radical, but it's actually a United Nations human rights declaration, so it's like a internationally recognized statement and idea. So occupier homes, I'm not sure where it started. I think Occupy Wall Street was big in the beginning stages. But basically the idea is you find people who are like facing lots of problems and getting evicted and foreclosed on. And if they're like willing to work with you and get their faces on TV and work past like the shame that the culture tries to put on them for being foreclosed on in the first place, we're ready to, I guess, meet with families and homeowners to work out a plan. Like maybe they just want to get, pardon me, maybe they just want to get a loan modification. Maybe they just want a couple extra weeks before they do leave and get evicted. Or maybe like they're the victims of foreclosure fraud, which about 85% of loans and home equity loans that were originated after the repeal of Glass-Steagall in '99, the ones that are being foreclosed on, about 85% of them are fraudulent. So maybe they just need to buy some time while they get like a lawyer and like work that crap out. So what we're ready and willing to do is work with them on a plan and occupy their yard and bring the occupation to the yard. And basically when the cops show up, tell them to, take a hike. Another tactic that other Occupy Homes groups have been doing is finding abandoned houses. In the U.S., there's 24 vacant homes for every one homeless American, which is like crazy, especially why, it's crazy. Another tactic is to go to the foreclosure auctions and raise hell and just like hoot and holler and like make them unable to finish the auction, and any sorts of other cool ideas that people come up with. So that's Occupier Homes. Is there any questions?
How do you find the people, and how do you know when the cops are going to come?
Good question.
Good question.
We're having difficulty finding people who are in that boat. Right now, our strategy is to make ourselves really easy to find. We went on the Philly radio show, and those guys are really cool. If you want to go on for your own thing or project or whatever. And we've got like a site, a phone number, all that stuff, which we don't have with the crap. It's occupygr.org/homes for our website, and then we're also on Facebook. Our email address is homes@occupygr.org. If you know, and actually I have some business cards if anyone wants them, just let me know afterwards. I can jug them a lot. But we're hoping that people find us, and we're still trying to figure out how to find people. Was there another part of your question?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm from Occupy Lansing, and one of the projects we'd like to do is to get the different groups out there, like Occupy Homes, on our website, as well as at Ruder Park, for people to see how they can make a difference. And if we have your permission, put your website on
Absolutely.
there.
Please do. Is
And
that
if you have any flyers as well, we'll put them up.
we're like broke ass people and have no we put all our printing money into the ABC scoring with.
There's digital copies of them.
Yeah, actually, if you go on to the, is there digital copies on the website?
I'll get them there soon.
We'll get them there soon, yeah. I know there is some on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/OccupyOurHomesGR. Yeah.
I guess this is sort of an announcement. I know that Occupy Detroit has had a lot of success with this,
Yeah.
and they're coming into Lansing this April 22nd at the North Star Community Center to do a presentation about exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, you should go to that because they're actually doing it, and they're like really kicking ass and taking names. We're just hoping to do it and ready to do it.
I think it's a Sunday, like 2 to 4.
I guess another thing to mention, we've got a lot of folks who said, that's awesome, tell me when you need boots on the ground. And logistically that was kind of a challenge, and then someone told us about Twitter has this neat feature where you don't need a Twitter account. All you need is a cell phone that can receive text messages. And you text the @Occupy Homes GR, or I'm sorry, follow space @Occupy Homes GR to the phone number 40404, and then your cell phone will get a text message anytime we send out a tweet. And we're going to use that exclusively for when we need boots on the ground, all hands on deck kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool for you guys.
Yeah.
and talking about you youngsters that are all the time. I don't do that.
Okay. What would work for you? What would, I guess what would work for you, because we have zero resources to devote to communications stuff that costs money. So what would be a good way to
Facebook.
We're going to use Facebook as well too. It's just
Okay.
that like when we need people in a matter of like hours. Yeah.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
That's the only thing you need. Like I don't know how to set that stuff up, but when you like look at the flyer, it's really easy. You just type that in.
Do you have text messaging capacities on your phone?
Well, that's a good question. I'm gonna say no.
Is your phone newer than 8 years old?
No.
No.
You can just call it. I've gotten text messages to my email before, so that can be done as well.
Yeah, if you could email me, that'd work.
So,
And you know what? You can do text to landline too. I think
text to
those that
landline
work all
to
the
email
time.
if it was
Well, yeah, but it's. I don't know if it would work the same way because it's going through the courier service. Well, we will be sending out the rapid alerts through our Facebook page. So if you find that on there, there's a link to the Facebook page from the OGR Facebook page on the information tab.
I really just wanted to make you aware that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of us that don't do Twitter, don't do texting.
Well, the reason why we're using this is because the vast majority of people do texting, and you don't have to have Twitter. And we're hoping that, like, for every person that does get that tweet, they're going to call 8 more people.
There you go.
But yeah,
That works.
I don't know who's next, but
Oh, I was just going to ask if you could develop a listserv to just on old ancient 1990s style emails.
Yeah, we can do that.
we can. We have a list of.
Yeah, we do. We can do that.
We can do that.
So it'll just be a matter of collecting emails.
Yeah. I guess considering the majority of people are going to be able to get text messages, if that's not something that's able, or if that's not something someone is able to do, and they want to send us an email to homes@occupiedgr.org, like with their phone number or email address, so we can actually have a list of people who don't get text that we can with them. Was something useful for that?
Have you guys looked into any robocall features yet?
No. I was gonna.
That could be something, as long as you generate it so that it's obvious, it's not like a pitch or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get numbers, you can generate a robocall that would work just like a Twitter going out.
Okay.
And for, even if it's an old style ring dial phone, you can get that done.
Do you know of any services for that is easy to do?
I do not know it
Specifically
yet. I'm getting trained on it next weekend. So after next weekend, I will feel free to let you guys know.
Send us an email. That'd be awesome.
The other thing is that, like, we haven't had a person contact us yet, but it's going to be a customized plan for each individual person based on the situation and based on what they're willing to do. We're looking for a family that's got a good sob story for the press, but, like, we're willing to work with anyone. Like, you know, one option that would be kind of cool is, like, we occupy their yard and, like, throw banners up on their roof. And we really hope that, like, whoever we start working with first is going to have a good relationship with their neighbors, because that's going to kind of help or hurt our success, and then hopefully involve that block in that community, and make it so that, like, our presence there for, like, the days and weeks that we're going to be there to be a positive impact on that community, and not just a bunch of dirty hippies putting their cigarette butts all over the place. You know what I mean? And that can take the place of, like, watching people's kids while they go to work, or just picking up trash in the neighborhood, or whatever we're going to have to do to occupy our time waiting for the cops to get there. But the basic idea is, like, you know, put up signs and, like, make it really obvious that, like, no, these people aren't going to just get foreclosed and be some statistic. Like, those are people, and we're going to get their stories, and we're going to become the media and put our own stories out there. Or, you know, throwing block parties or just doing cool stuff in the neighborhood. And a lot of places who've done this, it doesn't even get to the point where the police show up because, you know, the bank is just like, please stop the bad publicity, we'll work with you. Like, just shut up on it, you know? So, yeah. Is there any other, yeah.
I wonder if the real estate agents would be able to tell you of people that are trying to sell their homes in Hamburg 6 months and can't because they're so far underwater.
estate agent?
Technically, there is a way to find out, but it's confidential. Technically.
The other thing is we're trying to find. The other thing.
Sounds technical.
That sounds very technical. There is.
Class actionable too.
Oh, okay. There is another thing we're trying to do is get in contact with other organizations who do work with housing stuff, but aren't going to be this radical and ready to go to jail for it. To like give our card or our pamphlet to people they're working with that they can't help. You know, so there's like a lot of programs in Grand Rapids that help people, but like they can't help everyone. So like people that slip through their cracks, we want to get meet with those. Not necessarily even organizations, just like the people who maybe work for them to just kind of like, here's a stack of business cards, don't tell your boss. If you can't help somebody, just say, you didn't get this from me, call these people. Or if they want to be like upfront about it, even better, but anything to really get people. Is there what else to say or ask? And occupiers, did I miss anything? Well, I guess we're all.
Can I say something just like a lot, but just like a little story that Occupy Detroit did, which I thought was really cool. They had somebody that was working with them, a lady that was getting evicted on a Monday, and she called Occupy Homes on a Friday, and that Monday morning when the companies were bringing in the dumpsters to bring everything out of the house, they just blocked off the streets, the blocks. They just made a chain and wouldn't let the trucks come through, and the trucks called the police, and the police said it was a civil matter, so they didn't even deal with it, and that lady was allowed to stay in her home for until the bank actually cut her a deal, and she wasn't convicted.
Wow.
So,
Great.
That's
there's a lot of success stories with the Occupier Homes project, and it's a really great tactic or project because much like a Food Not Bombs or a Really Free Market, it's a protest that has extremely tangible right now benefits for real people who are in the community. And the one gentleman was talking about Gandhi, was saying like that's a good symbol, and it has the potential to like really get a lot of public support because when you have the news reporter knock on the door and like some single mom whose husband just died and their kids have some terminal cancer and they're going to be kicked out of their house on Tuesday and they're like, I had nowhere to go, no family, nothing to lose, and I called some hippies and they came and because no one else would help me and they're here to fight for the little guy. And the reporter's like, well, goddamn, I can't say anything to that. And like you just see everyone's spine tingling and like tears, and it's like that's awesome, like
righteous.
Yeah, like actually helping people, and hopefully once we start doing this, people see it and everyone sees it, and then everyone's like, oh, yeah, housing is a right, and banks suck, so let's like have lots of people doing this all over the place, everywhere, and then, kind of become the catalyst for a real paradigm shift in social revolution.
Or we stage a fake one to get the media.
Yeah.
That could not possibly happen.
Kidding. Kind of kidding.
Oh, for people that came in a little bit later, I passed around a stack, some papers about like the Occupier Homes Code of Conduct. I don't know if there was any extras. This is what we came up with. I passed it around just. Oh yeah, that does have our contact info on there. That's a big thing. We came up with points of unity, which can be a helpful thing for groups to come up with. And it it's a positive, like this is what we're for, but it also has like it kind of keeps assholes out because like you kind of got to agree with it to be in the group. So like number one, housing is a right, not a privilege. Number two, diversity of tactics and actions or projects will be condemned solely on the basis of what the state deems to be illegal. But similarly, no actions will be condemned solely on the basis of being reformist. And then number three, we agree to actively oppose all forms of oppression. And number four, we will respect the families, homeowners, and communities we work with. We will respect their staff when working with them. And then we also decided to agree to and uphold the St. Paul principles, which if you're not familiar, was it the Democratic or the Republican convention? Republican in St. Paul, I believe. Yeah, probably. There was this huge, massive, like the Republican National Convention, where like all sorts of groups and perspectives are going to be descending on this like physical space to be expressing dissent, and like they came up with these principles to kind of all concerned activists and parties could get along and work well together and do that stuff. So we decided to uphold that, and then below that is our rules for maintaining an oppression-free space, which I would recommend you guys consider for like your occupation or whatever. Just a really thorough. I don't know. Just had a good brain fart. They're cool. You should read them. You don't have any other questions or ideas or dreams?